Always the butter. And then the corner, we got Sidle. They gave her a little sentence change. And they put a little sentence change in the corner of the mic.
Where else tripping Chrissy every time you're a kid?
Hey, so Frank, that's my
Right. We got plenty of love to spread around. I guess just to open things up here. I can't believe it. First of all, I just want to start off by saying that whoever said that dreams don't come true is absolute nonsense. We have evidence of that right here sitting at the head table. Dreams certainly did come true for Janine and for her brothers and sisters. I'd like to start off by introducing the head table. Janine and Frank Miller. To Frank's left, my lovely wife Wendy. My yappy sister-in-law Margaret. The youngest sister Laura. The zany Marianne. Yvonne. My sister-in-law, Louise. My brother-in-law, Francis. My brother-in-law, Francis. My brother-in-law, Pat. And my brother-in-law, Kenny.
The tough guy with the big heart.
It's difficult to really pinpoint a certain event that came about in terms of bringing these people together. I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. I guess about 2 years ago, Yvonne had, through a number of different agencies, attempted to find her long-lost sister. I think the first agency that she approached was the Toronto Adoption Agency. And that, again, keep in mind, that was some 2 years ago. Through her efforts over the past 2 years, through dialogue with countless other agencies that were available, and through perseverance, she had noticed in a local newspaper article that there was another organization out there called Parent Finders. At that point in time, she decided that she would once again submit a letter to Parent Finders. And amazingly enough, within 2 days, a connection was made. Absolutely phenomenal. Who says you only see it in Unsolved Mysteries? The days that followed certainly were very interesting. I can say that the days that followed were certainly very interesting. I know from the people that attended at my place, my telephone bill went through the ceiling, making telephone calls to Janine. And I'm sure Janine's did as well. Nevertheless, the tears that were shed on those evenings when those telephone calls were made were enough tears that I could see for probably the next 10 years. I didn't want to see them anymore. There was a discussion that ensued between Wendy, Margaret, and Yvonne on who would be the first people to go up and actually see whether or not this was really their sister. Wendy decided that whether Yvonne or Margaret wanted to go or not, she was going. Needless to say, both Yvonne and Margaret wanted to disown Wendy. It was only natural that because Yvonne and Margaret had done some of the legwork in finding out where Janine lived, that they'd be the first ones to meet Janine. But because they both didn't have vehicles that were reliable, Wendy thought, the heck with this, there's nothing wrong with me going and visiting, they're all going to meet her. Finally, after lots of discussion, lots of arguments, it was decided that Wendy would go. Well, guess who got to drive? Guess who got to drive? I did. And when did we decide to go? On the foggiest night of the year. You cannot imagine how frustrated I was when I discovered, after making a secondary trip, after I came the second time, that it should only have taken me less than an hour to get up to where Janine and Frank lived. Well, let me tell you, the first trip up there was almost 3 hours in the fog. And
was he mean when he got there?
I think it's safe to say that Wendy had to wash my underwear a couple of times after that drive. Anyhow, when we did finally arrive at the Miller's place, let me just backtrack a little bit. On the way up there, Wendy was saying, what happens if this isn't her? What happens if we don't know, if we look at her, we know it's not, she's really not the person we're looking for. Relax. It's going to be. Relax. Wendy, on the way up, Wendy said, as Nina just pointed out, Wendy did say that, I don't give a shit if this is her or not. We are staying there. But I can say now that as soon as we knocked on that door, and Janine answered, the resemblance was remarkable. The first thing I thought was, This is a spinning image of Louise. A spinning image of Wendy's mother, Louise's mother. Marianne's mother. And the rest of the kids, I guess it's everybody's mother. But certainly there was, when Wendy and I arrived, there was a heck of a lot of catching up to do. And there still is a lot of catching up to do. I won't go on any longer because I'm getting hungry. But I think on behalf of brothers and sisters, we want to welcome everybody here to share in this phenomenal tribute, because things like this just don't happen every day. They certainly don't. And just to repeat what Yvonne had said to the media when I got the media involved in this reunion, Yvonne said, "This only happens in the movies." Well, this doesn't just happen in the movies, it happens in real life too. So welcome and enjoy yourselves. Would anybody in the head table like to say anything?
Thanks, Roland.
Quiet.
What's on my knee first?
Well, notice the hand up the back. I can't even begin to tell you how much this is meant to me and I look forward to it.
Shh.
I have had a wonderful family since the day I got married. Now this is just phenomenal. It is just awesome. I love you all. And thank you very much, Roland. Thank you, everybody, for being here for me. I love you.
Marianne?
Yes, I do have something to say. Now, when the Academy Awards, we have nominations for Jenny Miller. Jenny Miller, I'd like to share this little story with you, and this has been my favorite story since I was 6 years old. Nobody knows this, but I have it all written on this card. Yes, it's a good story. And it'll go quite quick. So all I ask is really a lot of quiet because I want everyone to hear this story. My favorite story since I was 6 years old. Okay, to my dearest Janine, I'd like to share with you this little story is my favorite. From your sister, love as ever, Marianne. Far away, where the swans fly and where winter lived, a king who had 11 sons and 1 daughter. They lived happily together until the king married a wicked queen who hated the princess and the Princess Jade. The only ray of sunshine in their lives was that their love for each other. The Princess Jade was sent to country and lived with some very nice but poor farm people for many, many years to come. And she missed her brothers and sisters so much. But out into the world, she looked fly out into the world, the wicked queen said to the sons, and take care of yourselves, said the wicked queen. With a magic spell, she turned them into some swans. A year passed, and the princess, who was now called Janine, missed the years that passed, the princess, who was now called Janine, missed her brothers. Where are you, she wondered. Her heart yearned to be with her brothers and sisters, but nobody knew where they were. One day, Janine strayed from the large forest. She lost her way and could not find her foster parents' house again. She lost in the woods. She wandered around, and for days and days, certainly she didn't look like a princess. She was all tattered and dirty, and her clothes were ragged, and she certainly did not look like a princess. Far away lived 11 swans who were really princesses, of course, and Janine's brothers. Every day they flew for a long way to find the food that they needed to support themselves. And they flew right into the forest where Janine was lost. One day they had flown to the forest. They found a little girl who didn't recognize them, but they were swans. But they recognized her because they had loved her and missed her for so many years. Never forgot the little princess sister that they had. They said to Janine, who was lost in the forest, "Pluck a feather from me tonight, and I will turn human." And at nightfall, she did this, and they turned human. And she found out the 11 brothers that she had left. 11 handsome princesses that they turned out to be. They went back to the king's castle where they all lived happily ever after, happy to be together again. When the king realized that the truth about the wicked queen, he banished the queen from the castle forever, and the brothers and sisters tied the knots of kinship, and they lived happily ever after. And this is the true story.
Francis, can I ask you as the oldest brother to say a couple of words?
I'll make mine short. I'm very pleased and happy to find my sisters I haven't seen in a long time. Never seen until a couple of months ago. Very happy that we're all back together.
Does anybody else at the head table want to say a couple of words? Yvonne, I think it'd be appropriate that you do because certainly you're one of the main reasons that we're all here together.
Margaret and Yvonne.
Yvonne?
Margaret and I.
I'm sorry, Margaret. Margaret as well.
If it wasn't for you and I having the same last name, I would never have you. It only took 2 days because of where you were at. Thank God it did. Small.
That's it.
Rachel, pity you not to sing.
Is there anybody else? Is there anybody else that'd like to say anything?
Yeah, I want to say something. When I talked to Janine, she called me in British Columbia. I was at the lodge, and I had some people around me at that time, and I started screaming and yelling and saying, "I love you," and they thought I was going bonkers and that something was really wrong with me. I just... Well, Janine had a birthday, and we're all here to celebrate her birthday, and she'll never be alone again. Never be alone again.
Hear, hear.
There
guess in closing, I think the appropriate thing to do would be to have a toast. And that toast is family. And I see a lot of families sitting around the tables here this evening. So, to family. You want to say something, Wendy? No, I totally want.
She wouldn't call. She said, no.
I don't really have anything to say other than welcome everybody. I knew she was part of us today's call. And just want to show you all the family. All of us.
Go ahead. Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it. Open it.
Happy birthday.